Hello, everybody, and welcome into this AFC South Show, episode 257. We're going to be talking about our top 25 AFC South player rankings, 6 through 10 this evening, 7 weeks till training camp, OTA headlines, and a bunch more. Welcome in, everybody. My name is Curtis Brown. With me, as always, my resident co-host here. Up at the top right, we've got Isaiah from Third and Teal. If you're a Jaguars fan, make sure you go check him out. Down at the bottom right, we've got Justin filling in for Jeff, one half of Unstable, a Colts podcast. You may recognize Justin from Kingmaker Sports. If you're a fantasy football guy, make sure you go over there, like, subscribe. And then if you're a wrestling fan, Tag Team Talk. See both of them all over again. Bottom left, we've got Andrew, one half of Titans Stable for two. If you're a Titans fan, go check him out. And I'm the Texans fan of the group, so make sure you go check me out. That Real Texas Team podcast. Gentlemen, we gathered here today to talk about some AFC South football. How are we feeling so far? I know it's just the OTAs, but how are we feeling? Itching for football to come back?
Yeah. So of course, I feel like the Colts have a lot of big questions coming from OTAs, especially with the Achilles injury to Daniel Jones, which everything looks like he's healing faster than normal. But I don't know. When it first happened, a lot of the reports were like, okay, well, this isn't the worst case they've ever seen. Now, they still didn't let him participate in 11-on-11s, even though he was begging to do that. He was only doing 7-on-7, which is fine. I mean, he's no pass rush, nothing like that. So he's, got his time, whatever. The rookies pretty much stood out. C.J. Allen's looking like a day one linebacker starter for the Colts. And, of course, Halsey, gosh, it's a steal where they got him. He's looking great. Lou Anarumo's just buzzing about him. As far as the quarterback, the backup job, it's Anthony Richardson and Riley Leonard. But I don't know. They said that Riley Leonard's looking really good. He's got command of the offense whenever he's in. I don't think all that extra muscle that Anthony Richardson put on is going to make a difference. I think they're still looking for that right.
Hey, could be Brandon Sorsby.
I mean, I guess it could be.
Draft.
We'll see how that goes, but no, everything's looking okay. Alec Pierce, his little ankle injury, I think he'll be fine. But other than that, I think everything's fine. Blue, the Colts mascot, named again mascot of the year, back-to-back reigning mascot of the year. Let's go. So, but no, other than that, no crazy stuff out of OTAs, just good positive speculation on Daniel Jones' injury, especially paying him all that money. So, I don't know. What about y'all's teams?
Andrew?
Yeah, I mean, had the last day of mandatory mini camp today. I mean, they think they're going tomorrow, but it's going to be just mainly like a pick
to be there.
Yeah, kind of thing. But yeah, some ups and downs. Defense looking good some days, offense looking good. I just don't put a lot of stock in anything that happens in OTAs and mini camp, honestly. But we have other people. Cam throws an interception, like, oh, he's a bust. And then if he has a game where he throws 3 touchdowns, like, he's the GOAT. So I just don't put a lot of emphasis in any of that. Just ready for him to get back in training camp where you start really seeing things get put together.
Yep. We're 7 weeks out. So, I mean, this is the dog days of summer when it comes to football, and quite literally the actual summer. But
yeah, we're getting there.
Yeah.
Slowly but surely. 40 days till training camp, baby.
And you can't listen to a lot of that buzz too, because heck, just a handful of years ago, it was Jamar Chase coming out of LSU, and he can't catch a ball. He's a bust. He's a bust. Look at him now. He's a number one dynasty.
Look at him
dynasty
like
player.
week 1 when he came out there.
He comes out there and performs, and then now you look at you. All the people are like, oh, he's a bust. Where are you at now? Their Twitter's deleted. They've taken posts down, all stuff like that.
They're out there not wearing pads.
Oh yeah.
I think everybody just wants to dog your boy, man. I wouldn't listen to that stuff.
The biggest thing I look at is for us, what I'm excited about is that they're doing joint practices for every single preseason game, because it gets so monotonous when you're practicing the same team, and then all of a sudden, you're a weekend, even into OTAs, let alone training camp, the defense knows your plays. You know what I mean? Like they,
Right.
and then when you say, "Oh, Cam threw an interception," like, didn't like your defense, like their defense is trying too out here. It's like they're just throwing out there, like, "All right, Cam, toss it around," and he's throwing a pick. Like they're out there trying to make plays. It's practice, especially OTAs are like, okay, what can I do here? What can I not do? What can I throw? Can I force it here? Where can I make a play at? And people just, I get it. It's a reactionary business, but
if your own defense is surprised by your formation, then your own defense sucks.
Yeah, Robert's got a point. We have had a couple of videos of Jags going to the ground, so I'm sure the fines are coming, and we're going to lose a day of OTAs next year or something. Yeah, I mean, also too though, you got to remember, like they do, like they'll get a pick, but they're playing the Titans offense, and like they'll get a touchdown, but they're playing the Titans. No, but in all seriousness though, like somebody posted a picture of Travis Hunter, and they're like, "Oh, Travis is jacked," and I'm like he looks small, and then I saw a picture of him from last year though, and I'm like, "Oh shit, Travis is jacked." I'm like he's small, but he's way bigger than he was last year, and I bet he's pushing that 200 number now or getting close to it.
Yeah.
But because all he did was just live in the weight room, upper body, doing what he could, but with his leg injury. But overall though, everything's looking good. Nate Bjorkacher and Tanner Koziel, the two tight ends that we drafted, are both making great plays in the red zone. They've already had reports, and like some of the reporters, like, yeah, the most impressive guy is Tanner Koziel, who's 6'7" and has a huge reach. Like seeing him in the red zone just tower over people, go up for the football. Like we're gonna see a lot of that this year. But overall, though, everything's looking good. Everybody, reports are coming out. Bashaw Tutin's looking explosive, so that's what we need. Losing ETM, we definitely need an explosive downhill runner. Wide receivers, it seems like the young guys we drafted are having some good camps. But overall, it's the Jaguars, man. I mean, we're doing our thing. We're not really worried about anybody else right now. We got 6-7 weeks, so we have to do that. And we're getting there. The lulls of the off season and Justin's dad jokes are they're going on right now, but we're gonna get there. Overall, just happy to see the boys out there practicing, and Trevor Lawrence and BTJ have been hooking up deep a bunch. That's something they worked on in the offseason. So I do think that we're going to see BTJ kind of stretch the field a lot more, while Parker Washington and Jacoby Myers going to be playing underneath.
Hell yeah. Anything else?
Yeah, the Jags must have really liked what they saw in Tutin last year to be able to not fill that position at all, and just, hey, no pun intended, but give him the ball and run with it, So I'm excited to see what kind of workload that Tutin has, or if Cohen's just going to open up the passing attack with Trevor Lawrence. I don't know, man. I think I'm pretty interested to see what the Jags do.
They're going to run a lot of 12 personnel this year. They've already been talking about it, but also too, I don't know. I'm sure you remember him from the pre-draft process. I know you look at this a little more than other people, but Jamari Taylor, he's been a standout in camp. The kid out of Virginia.
I wanted the Titans to get him.
He's been a standout in there, and I'd be very surprised if he was not our fourth running back. I think we'll keep 4. We kept 4 last year, but I would be very surprised if he did not pace out DJ Dallas and be our fourth running back on the roster.
I think that's attainable, yeah.
Oh, yeah. As for Houston, Lewis Bond, 6th-round draft pick out of Boston College, who obviously is coming out of a Bill O'Brien system, which is not too dissimilar from what we're running with Nick Caley. Showing the fuck up a lot in camp, doing a lot of big things. For a guy who ran like a 4 ever in the 40, the man is consistently in the perfect spot. CJ's been able to put the ball on the money.
We'll see.
The defense this year, I think, might even be better than last year. I feel like we're deeper in a lot of different positions that we had very minimal depth in last year. From what I'm reading and hearing and watching, the defense is just on pace to just absolutely make 2026 their bitch if injuries don't get them. And, law of averages. We were pretty healthy last year, so somebody's going to go down. Already had EJ Speed go down for the year with I believe, a torn Achilles. So, yeah. But other than that, basically every year for the Texans at training camp, it's the same thing. Davis Mills looked good in camp. CJ Stroud, if he's throwing the ball quickly, looks good. The offensive line has improved a lot. The competition between the defensive line and offensive line is getting chippy in OTAs and minicamp, which I fucking
cut
love.
that out.
Like, we need that. Need some ferocity out of an offensive line that oftentimes look like a graham cracker out there, just bland as hell.
Yeah, I want my linemen starting fights. Like, I want that anger. I want that fury in the trenches.
Damn straight. And they've gotten a lot bigger on the offensive line. And from what I'm understanding, they paid Trent Brown $9 million and Braden Smith $20 million over the next 2 years. And Braden looks like he's going to be the backup, at least through camp so far. Wyatt Teller's coming in and filling in at a left guard spot. He's been a right guard his whole career, essentially. And he's done pretty damn well. And there's a world where the 3-year deal we just handed to Ed Ingram doesn't keep him off the bench, because Keelan Rutledge is playing pretty well at guard, not so much at center, but Jake Andrews has improved. He's gotten a little leaner, but also heavier. It's interesting. The offensive line is transformed. David Montgomery's looking solid. Not a whole lot other than that. I mean, we're kind of
your offense looks great, and Tank Dell. Like, I've stood on that soapbox for Tank Dell for many years now, and I cannot wait to get him back in action. CJ Stroud. I mean, I'm glad. I shouldn't be as a Colts fan, but I'm glad that he's looking better. I think his mind's back to normal after that just spectacular rookie year. I think it just threw him off. Got the big ego, the big head, and now it's like, all right, we cut the hair. Let's forget all the looking stylish. Let's just go out there and play football.
Yeah, he needed a soft reset.
Yeah, well, he definitely got it. So I'm excited for CJ Stroud.
Same. And then Tank Dell is looking like wide receiver 4 right now. So
easing back in.
Well, I mean, he's really not been able to participate a whole lot.
Yeah.
He's been in some individual drills, but not so much with the team.
Yeah.
They're saying training camp, they're going to ease him into team activities.
Wow.
So hopefully.
Who do you have, other than Nico and Jaden Higgins, who do you have over Tank Dell?
Jalen Knoll.
The other one they drafted last year.
Yeah, I mean, so he's shifty, but even from training camp last year, it's that's their return guy, Not to say that you can't do both. Like, I'm not saying that, but I don't know. I just feel like he's kind of
at camp. They've got Woody Marks as the kick returner, and then they've got I can't remember who they put back there for punt. It was somebody else, somebody different. God, maybe I think it was Lewis Bond, if I'm not mistaken.
All I'm saying is a healthy Tank Dell. Now, it was a healthy Tank Dell.
Yeah.
Easy number 3. Easy.
Yeah. But you think you just don't know who he's going to be?
Yeah. All we can go off is those flashes where he was healthy.
And I was a big fan of him coming out, but yeah.
Yeah.
Well, when you get your knee destroyed like that, it's a little, it's kind of iffy for anybody.
Yeah. Question. So, like, I was a big Kate Stover fan in college, and it seems like with the addition of Marlon Klein, they're kind of moving on. Yeah. I mean, well, Foster Moreau's a good. He was underrated, man. I thought he should have got more play in New Orleans, but
he's decent with the Raiders. I mean, Juwan Johnson's is pretty good.
Yeah. But Dalton Schultz, do you think there's an extension coming after this?
I think we already extended him.
And well, I mean, like a long-term extension.
Probably not.
I'm not against Dalton Schultz by any
I think
means.
Klein
but
becomes the number one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I
Klein.
think Schultz is under contract through 2027, and obviously Klein we drafted this past year, but
So him and Moreau could probably be gone after this year, and then you go Klein, and that'd put Stover at the very last year of his rookie deal, and then maybe look if you get another option. But I don't know. I'm just curious what your thoughts were at the tight end position. For the future.
yeah.
If you like what you see from Marlon Klein or not.
Well, I think this training camp is going to answer a lot of that because you got Brevin Jordan, who hasn't played in basically 2 full years. He's played in like 2 games in the past 2 years before having an ACL and then a knee injury. Talk about somebody coming back jacked. The dude's only been able to work out his upper body for the last 2 years. So homeboy came in looking like prime Arnold.
Built like a lollipop.
Just fucking
Yeah.
But
I also think that tight ends are kind of just a dime a dozen nowadays in the draft. Like I feel like every year there's like 5 to 10 tight ends who could be at least a solid depth piece on any team.
Yeah.
It's like it's not like it's kind of become the running back position where unless you have a guy like Brock Bowers or Travis Kelce, like you don't really need to stack up or have like one guy. You can just have a bunch of guys who can catch the football.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
which reminds me, sorry, real quick, Seth McGowan, that 7th round running back that the Colts took, who had some issues with the law. Let's just put it that way. Had some issues with the law early on in his career. It looks like he's standing out. I mean,
he's good.
Yeah, Jonathan Taylor is pretty happy about him, and he, I think, getting him that late because a lot of people were scared to take him with those criminal issues, which, as we see, a lot of NFL teams do. They'll say, "Hey, I don't want to touch that. I'm good." I think this may have been one of those things where, hey, he made a mistake. I mean, he'd be a great RB2, RB3. But I'm sorry. Go ahead, Curtis.
What I was going to say is there's a better than good shot that Brevin Jordan and Cade Stover don't make the team this year. From what I'm hearing,
really?
Foster Moreau and Marlon Klein and Dalton Schultz. We still got rookie tight end Luke Lachey from last year, who didn't really get to play a whole lot, and Cade Stover missed most of the season. Yeah, there's just kind of growing sentiment that they go with 3 tight ends and potentially, get rid of Brevin and Cade Stover. So,
welcome to Jacksonville.
I could see him moving on from Brevin Jordan.
Yeah.
Which I had high hopes for him coming out of Miami too, man. I thought he was.
He was just always an undersized tight end. That's what I didn't like about him. He's only like 6'2", right?
Yeah.
If I'm thinking of the right guy. Yeah.
He's pretty short, but he ran like a 4.4 or something like that.
Yeah, he's definitely that move tight end.
Yeah.
Well, all right. Let's pivot to more of a conversational piece here, gentlemen. Early 2000s quarterbacks versus modern quarterbacks. Why do less QBs hit monster numbers now?
Why do say it one more time?
Early 2000s quarterbacks versus modern quarterbacks. Why do QBs hit monster? Why do less QBs hit monster numbers now? Justin.
I don't have a button. Because I think the wide receivers are peak athleticism. They can get open at will. It's not like back in the day where you have like maybe 5 or 6 receivers just dominating that are just freaks. Now you have, like with the Bengals, right? You have an elite route runner in Jamar Chase, and then on the other side you've got a T. Higgins. You got Justin Jefferson's. You've got Puka Nakua's who came out of nowhere and are elite, playing at a small BYU school. I just think the level of athlete now, and even in the 20 years difference, the level of athlete is so much higher because medicine, training, science, just everything has supported growing the athleticism of these individuals. That's what I think it's because of the receivers.
Interesting. I think it's got a lot to do with the dumbing down of NFL football. You've got a lot of coaches who back in the day would have drafted a quarterback and been like, all right, you're going to learn my system. It's complicated, but you're going to learn it. And in learning that system, they grow their game. Not everybody can grow their game. Tom Brady was able to grow his game. Peyton Manning was able to grow his game. Steve McNair, players of that nature. I think that we are not challenging quarterbacks enough. I think that we have a lot of our top quarterbacks right now who are in systems where they get to play basically college football on Sundays. And because of that, they're like, take Justin Fields, for example. Now, he's not a great quarterback by any stretch of the imagination, and I don't think anybody on here would disagree with that. But everywhere he's gone, they give him one read pass plays, maybe a second read underneath. Why are we not challenging the guy? I mean, it's probably because he can't even make one read throws, but ultimately, the NFL is supposed to be like a whole other thing above. Why are we hearing young quarterbacks at all say that the NFL is easier? You know what I'm saying? Like, that just wasn't a thing 20 years ago. You weren't hearing Tom Brady be like, oh, man, Michigan football was a lot harder. Am I wrong?
Well, they're also catered to and pampered in college as well. So when they get to the pros, now it's like, okay, well, we're expecting you to do this, and if you're not, what are we pointing at?
I have a counterpoint. That was me putting my hand up.
Oh, to what I was saying, or
no, what Curtis was saying.
Oh, go ahead.
Counterpoint. And I think we can all maybe agree on this. Offensive lines are worse than they've ever been, in my opinion. I feel
like our defensive line's better than they've ever been as a whole.
I honestly, I don't think so.
There's more and more freak athletes on the edge than ever.
So I agree.
More and more freak athletes, period.
But there's more freak athletes, period, is where I would say. But like, that's also another point I have. But like, I feel like watching offensive line play now versus 15, 20 years ago when these other guys like Tom Brady and Peyton Manning were playing, like, we have all these mobile quarterbacks who run 4.5s and 4.6s and 4.4s now, yet they don't have more time to throw the football, creating with their legs or just sitting in the pocket. Like, Tom Brady and Peyton Manning, while they did have quick times to throw, they also had times where they just sat in the pocket because they had Hall of Fame offensive linemen in front of them. Meanwhile, I couldn't tell you, besides like maybe Trent Williams, Quentin Nelson will probably get there, but like, we don't have nearly as many guys who I'm like, oh yeah, that guy's a Hall of Fame offensive lineman. We have a lot of guys who come in, start for 3 or 4 years, and then they're getting moved on from because we're just getting average offensive line play. But I mean, I do agree that there are freak athletes on defense like Myles Garrett, who previously, might have even been an offensive lineman with how big his frame is back in the day. But like, I just feel like offensive line play is nowhere near as good as it used to be. And I don't really know why that is. I don't know if it's because we don't have wrecking balls over there anymore. We have guys that are 270 pounds and 6'7", 6'5", trying to play tackle, and they just get pushed by these bigger guys. Like, I just feel like offensive line play has taken a big downturn in the skill level. And I just, again, you don't have these guys that it's like, oh yeah, Larry Allen. You got like I mean, shit. Tom Brady's offensive line was one of the best offensive lines in total, and you had five guys that could go start on any other team for like his whole run in New England. But now it's like every team might have one guy where you're like, yeah, I'd like him, but like
the last like super just down and dirty nasty lineman that I can remember was Nick Mangold with the Jets. Like that's just somebody that I just remember he would do anything to make the block. I mean, he'd sacrifice his arm if he had to,
I think part of that is the NFL kind of switching from a run-based team, a run-based system, to passing first. When you focus on running, your offensive line has to be bigger. When you're focused on pass protecting, you want it to be a little bit smaller so they're, more agile to get in the way of some of these more freaky athletes on defense. That being said, it doesn't necessarily, like, I agree that the offensive line is definitely kind of taking a dip here, but I don't know. Andrew?
Go ahead, Andrew.
Okay. I think there's a multitude of factors, and I'm going to compare it to the NBA. Became more of a passing league because passing is looked at as more efficient than running the ball. Just like shooting threes is considered more efficient than the mid-range game. That's why when you look at a shot chart from the 90s, early 2000s, there's shots all over the court. Now you look at a shot chart, it's either right by the rim or it's outside the three-point line. There's not a lot of mid-range going on. So teams started to pass the ball more, but defenses got better. Like it's like a chess game. The defenses have gotten so much better. And so they simplified it for the quarterbacks instead of teaching them how to play the game the right way and trying to beat them in a chess match. They're like, we'll simplify. We'll just play checkers. And I know that doesn't make sense. And like, oh, we were playing chess, I'm playing checkers. But like, if we simplify it, we can beat the defense with quick throws. You know, instead of running it for 4 yards, we'll pass it for 6, kind of thing. And I think it goes all the way back to college. They're not getting taught how to play the game the right way in college anymore. You know, I think they used to be taught how to play quarterback in college. Now it's like the plays are all coming from the sideline. We're going to hold up a picture with Whoopi Goldberg, the number 7, a division symbol, and the Empire State Building, and you know what play it is from that. Like that's not football. So when they get to the pros, they're not bidding these pro style offenses.
Yeah.
And even like you see it when they do like the Gruden QB camps, and they're like, "What's your cadence?" He's just like, "That's your cadence. That's your fucking cadence." Like, you know, I think it's a multitude of things. I think I said trying to be more efficient as an offense, defense is getting better, and simplifying it too much where they don't have to learn the game the same way.
Yeah. Well, like you said, the QBs they're not NFL ready. To get one to come out and be able to play the NFL game the way that they used to, you know, let's say I'm going to be a little homer here, but Andrew Luck, right? Where everybody knew day one he's ready to go, right? Mm-hmm. Stanford ran a pro style offense. You don't see that much anymore, and they're just it's all it's the college offense, a college game is way different than the NFL game. So, and also to your NBA, I just want to touch your NBA thing real quick. The reason the shots that's all perimeter and an inside is because the NBA players are softer now. They don't play as aggressive, so they can't force that shot on the inside the perimeter like that anymore. But I just wanted to preface with that they're softer.
I was just like in the general.
That's why nobody watches the NBA anymore.
Big picture, it was like efficiency is like if you're easy 2 or shoot a 3. Like if you're taking 1 foot back and getting 3 points instead of 2, it's more efficient to shoot the 3. I get it. Yeah, the NBA style is a whole other discussion. You know, NBA softer, not softer.
But I will say too, like for me as well, like more athletic big players play defense now than they used to. Because it used to be the only big guys were your defensive ends and your D tackles, and then your linebackers were big, like 4'7". I mean, you think about like the era that Tom Brady and them were playing, and you've got like Puslesny, you've got Patrick Willis, who are like athletic, but they're not
Urlacher.
We got linebackers running 4.3s and 4.4s now that are 250 pounds. Yeah. Like we got corners. I mean, shit, that one corner at LSU is like 6'5" or whatever he is. Like we've got corners that are 6'2" and 6'3" running 4.3s and 4.4s now. Whereas back when they were playing, you had guys like, I mean, shit, one of the most iconic plays, in my opinion, like a little guy, you know, David versus Goliath, is whenever Grimes got that pick off of Megatron in the end zone. Like Grimes was 5'8" or 5'9", getting a pick off of a guy who's 6'5". Yeah, and like you had like now you can't put a 5'8" corner out there or a 5. I mean, shit, Earl Thomas is 5'8", and he played safety in the Legion of Boom and played for years with them. Like Cam Chancellor was like 6'1" or 6'2", but he was also slow and just absolutely murdered people and was a box safety. But like you have bigger players playing more athletic positions. And it's not just like, hey, you're 6'5" and weigh 250 pounds and you run a 4.4. Well, you're a tight end or a wide receiver. No, now it's like, hey, you're a linebacker. Go take someone's fucking head off. Yeah. You're a 6'3", 220-pound safety. Like,
well, that's where I mentioned about the quality of athlete is just so much higher now. You're not pigeonholed because of your size anymore.
Yeah, I mean, you had like Randy Moss against who? Who was a comparable size and speed to Randy Moss? Nobody. Randy Moss was what, 6'4", and I mean, ran a 4.3, 4.4 probably. I mean, he's considered one of the fastest receivers of all time. And when you think about that era, you didn't really have any corners that you're like, yeah, that guy's 6'2" and can jump with him. And it was a bunch of 5'11", 5'10" guys who were quick. But I mean,
yeah,
it's just different.
How big was T.O.?
T.O.'s, I think he was at 6. Yeah, I was gonna say 6'2", 6'3", like 200, 195.
I think a big thing is immediate results. You usually have these quarterbacks, even drafted. You could be drafted first overall, and the potential for you to sit a couple of years was there because they wanted you to sit and learn. Now it's turned into like an immediate results business because these coaches get fired after 2 years. GMs get fired after 2 years, a year in some cases. You know, I think the Texans went through 3 coaches in 3 years, didn't y'all? Before y'all got D'Amico or something like that. So, like,
but those are placeholders anyway, like obvious placeholders. I feel like.
Yeah, I know, but still, it's just people want immediate results, so they get these quarterbacks with talents like a Herbert or a Tua, a Cam Ward. A Trevor Lawrence maybe probably could have benefited from sitting a year.
Mm-hmm.
Like Patrick Mahomes sat for a year and look how good he looked. I think, but that's not the norm anymore. They're like, you need to come in. If you're a first-round quarterback, you better come in and be ready to play. We're trying to win this thing every single year.
Yeah. I mean, what's the last time we saw that really?
We don't have time to coach you the polite way, so we're going to teach it to you the simplified way.
Like, who was the last quarterback that really like sat for a few years and then came out and did good?
Jordan Love, but I mean, even then, I don't think he's not Aaron Rodgers.
I think the book's still out on Jordan Love. I was going to say Aaron Rodgers because I think the book's still out on Jordan Love. I think their offense kind of caters to him.
You could give it to Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers that 1 year, but like Rodgers sat for like 3.
I think Mahomes was already good. Alex Smith was just the old veteran in front of him.
Yeah, and they were a good team already too.
Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't need him to come in and start immediately.
So my point is, like, it's been a while since the league has done that. What you're talking about, making a quarterback, making them sit no matter what.
Typically, if they don't start the season, they're in there by like week 6.
Well, I mean, not only is it like if I don't win now, the coach is going to get fired. You're going to see coaches on the hot seat draft a rookie quarterback in the hopes that, maybe they're going to get the grace of like, okay, well, this guy's shown some flashes. We'll keep you around for another year and see what you can build and develop with this guy. And I think that's the only reason that Brian Callahan was even kept around.
For 1 year. Yeah, for sure.
Because they wanted to see what he would do with his guy. And then it just didn't look any better. But I don't know. I think there's a learning gap. I think there's an athletic gap.
A teaching gap.
Yeah.
And not that these guys don't have the knowledge. I think a guy like Liam Cohen or Brian Daboll or whatever have the knowledge to teach it that way it was played because they were there, like especially Daboll. Daboll was in New England back then. Yeah. But it's just we got to get this from you now, Yeah.
I mean, I will say Cohen's offense is very complex according to reports and everything and like what they're saying. I know Robert mentioned earlier, but they call like 2 to 3 plays per play when they call a play. That's why Trevor can and do all that. But at the same time, like you look at last year 2024, Baker had his best season, threw for almost 5,000 yards, had almost 40 touchdowns total. Trevor just had almost 40 touchdowns total. But like, we also had Doug Peterson, and Doug Peterson is one of those guys, like he's a quarterback whisperer. He has this, that, and the other. And like, it's just like, I think that coaches also have success and then they're just lauded as like, oh, they're this guy like that. And then really they weren't that good at what they were doing. And so the expectations are then put on other people. I think that there's too much spread blame and too much not, but yeah, I would agree though. I just think overall it's just dumbed down and defenses have gotten better while offensive has kind of stagnated.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that was to be expected as the defenses adjusted to the way that offenses were changing. Offenses haven't really adjusted back yet. And I think that the adjustment to the athletic freaks is, playing smarter than they are fast.
And everybody wants that dual threat quarterback too. So clearly, like a Lamar Jackson is never ever going to be able to have the passing record in a season. Never. That's just not his game. and they see the success. Like now, it is a great weapon to have a dual threat quarterback.
Mhm.
But if you keep wanting that, then your passing offense is going to struggle.
Which
I
is
mean,
why
I think the league's gotten too fast, honestly. Like I don't really know that I would consider any current quarterback. I mean, besides maybe I don't even know. Like Matt Stafford's more mobile than what people give him credit for, but there's really no pocket passers anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, the edge rushers are nasty now.
Oh, they're
like
quick, dude.
defensive tackle. Like we just talked about the 40 times of these guys. And back then, you got to think these guys like let's say the Colts, Robert Mathis, right, and Dwight Freeney. Like they were good, but they weren't that fast. They wouldn't probably have a job nowadays in modern league because they're just not fast enough. So, I mean, maybe that's a lot to do with it. You need that athletic quarterback to be able to get away from these premier edge rushers and linebackers, you know?
I think there's some pocket passers in the sense, but I think they're all as the whole league in general, but even your normal pocket, quote unquote pocket passer, say a Jared Goff is more athletic than a Tom Brady than a Peyton Manning.
I was about to
You
say,
know what I'm saying?
if you put them back 20 years though, they're all dual threat or running quarterbacks.
Right.
Yeah.
I think Jared Goff and Sam Darnold plays that way. I think Shador Sanders plays that way. But they're all more athletic than the guys that were in the 2000s too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because back then they like Curtis talked about the offensive lines. You had these amazing offensive lines, and then the quarterbacks had time to throw because the slower edge rushers and defenders weren't getting to you as fast, so you had more time. Now you don't have enough time, so the NFL wants you to, hey, let's go, get the ball out. If you don't have that, then take off and run or dump it off or do something. But yeah, it's definitely the level of athlete has gotten way better.
Yeah. Speaking of really impressive edge rushing stuff, Aldon Smith passed away this week.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys saw that.
Yeah.
Kind of crazy. What a
He was only 36, wasn't he?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
And he was good enough to where he could still be in the league too. Unfortunately, he had all the issues that he had, but
he still holds the record for most sacks as a rookie.
He was a beast. No, he doesn't.
Yeah, he does.
Javon Curse has the sack for most sacks as a rookie.
No.
Yes.
Let's look it up.
Aldon Smith had 12. I think Javon Curse had 11 and a half.
Says Javon Curse holds the all-time NFL record for the most sacks by a rookie, recording 14 and a half.
I'm sorry.
That half.
He was
half made a difference.
Here with the most sacks over his first 2 years. I apologize.
Yeah, well, it's
still pretty dang good stat. We can agree on that. Still pretty. I was
at the game. Javon Curse broke that record.
You know how many rookie sacks I have? 0.
Fucking goose, bro. All right. Well, look, gentlemen, let's get on to our final topic of the evening. That would be players 6 through 10 of our reoccurring top 25 AFC South players. For a quick recap, players 1 through 5. Number 1, Will Anderson Jr. Number 2, Trevor Lawrence. Number 3, Jeff Simmons. Number 4, Jonathan Taylor. And number 5, Derek Stingley. So, gentlemen, does anybody want to nominate somebody for number 6?
Daniil Hunter. I've written down 3 names for each team that I could think could fit anywhere between here and 15. So,
okay,
but Daniil's at the top of that list.
We're doing 5 this week.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are we nominating a person from our team or just in general?
Whoever you think would be number 6 in the AFC South, 6th best player.
Okay. Man, Hunter's a hard one to disagree with though, because I want to say DeForest Buckner, but
I have him written down, by the way.
But
I think Daniil Hunter here is not a bad choice. I'm basically going to be sitting out this one.
I got some names written down for you.
Well, I don't think between 5 to 10, I don't think I have anybody.
Cam Little? I wrote him down.
I don't know. What about Quentin Nelson? I mean, you know the offensive line. I mean, it's got to start.
I had Nelson at 7.
Because if you're building a team, right?
We're not building a team. We're just doing best players.
Well, you have to look at it from that mindset, though. Like, if I'm building a team, who would I rather have? If we're ranking them, right?
I had Nelson and Skoronsky right there after Hunter. That's what I had.
Yeah, I'm taking Daniil Hunter here at 6, probably.
I could live with Hunter here at 6.
All right. Daniil Hunter at 6 it is. Number 7.
I think that's where Nelson goes.
I'd go Nelson here for sure.
Okay. Q Nelson. All right. Number 8.
I got 4 names. I think it could go to any 4 of these. Jalen Petrie, DeForest Buckner, Nico Collins, Peter Skoronsky.
I've got in no ranked order here. Nico Collins, Hines Allen, and Buckner.
I have Hines Allen right after Petrie. He's right there
Let me
too.
see. So let me rank these then.
Y'all are generous.
I just think he's talented. I know the numbers might not say exactly.
He's just the last season has kind of put a stink on that for me. But
that's just
Foye is the next.
Foye was
next
hurt a
track,
lot last season. Is the only thing.
I'm not gonna judge a guy on one season.
Well, that's what
because if we're well, is this
because
of 2025?
This is like their performance in 2025 and how we think they're going to do in 26 kind of combined.
Oh, well, then I think he's going to do well in 26. I feel he'll have a bounce back. So
I mean, I still throw him down right in this
I thought we were talking about overall best players in the AFC.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's who we think are the best, but that's based off of their performance last year and what we think they're going to do this year. Like top 25,
and that's why we don't add any rookies or any new players.
Yeah, I remember last year we didn't add any rookies.
Yeah,
I would have gone Tyler Warren easily.
Yeah, we're still doing that for this one. It's just I mean, it's last year.
Like I can't add Wandale Robinson either.
So then I'll go. Then I'll go.
We're on 8, right?
Yeah. Then I'm either gonna go Buckner, or I'm gonna go. Man, I don't know because I think if I'm building a team, I'd rather have Brian Thomas Jr. over Nico Collins.
But yeah, this is purely just like who's the better player right now.
Nico Collins over BTJ. If that's our
that's what we're okay. No, you're right.
All right. Well then
I know exactly what your mind is, but yeah, that's yeah.
Well, who would you put right there, Isaiah?
I would say probably Nico personally.
Yeah, I'm leaning towards Nico a little
but
too.
I think Buckner at 9 is not a slight at him. I just think that Nico right now is a better player, but of course we might see out of Buck this year that he's still got it and is still a top D tackle in the league.
So yeah, I vote Nico at 8 then.
Yeah, we could do Nico.
And then I'm at 9. I'll go Buckner.
Yeah, that's me too.
I'm cool with that.
I'm co-signing on that right now. All right, 10.
So does that mean Hines Allen at 10?
I think Skoronsky deserves that.
Skoronsky, okay.
Skoronsky played in the All-Pro level last year.
Yeah, personally, the next Jag on the list for me is Aluakon.
I have Aluakon written down and Cam Little.
I do think that Hines Allen deserves to be somewhere on this list, but I think Aluakon is
okay.
But not at 10. I'm not.
I didn't really rank them. I just really just wrote down 3 names for each team. But Aluakon was and.
I'd say I'd be okay with Skoronsky here.
Skoronsky.
I don't really know. I'm trying to think of who.
Nobody
on our team.
Here's the 3. I just put the names that I haven't said that we haven't ranked that I wrote down. Not that I'm the be all end all of this.
What's his first name? Skoronsky.
Peter.
Hey, Peter.
No, Peter.
So we got the two of the Texans. The other one I wrote down was Jalen Petrie. And then I guess Aziz might be somewhere on this list, probably too.
I don't know how to spell Skoronsky.
For the Jags, I wrote Hines Allen, Cam Little, Aluakon. I definitely think Cam Little deserves to be on this list somewhere.
Oh, I think he'll be somewhere on it, but I don't think it's here yet. I think probably in the 15 to 20 or 20 to 25.
For the Colts, I wrote down Nelson, Buckner, and Warren. I think Warren deserves to be on this list somewhere too very soon.
What is our maximum number going to?
There's 25,
Oh,
but
you mean today or overall?
there's
Overall.
25.
Okay.
And then
We might do a couple
Titans.
honorable mentions like last year
Yeah.
for the most underrated, most passed over safety in all the land.
I'm not mentioning his name this year.
I'm
He played
joking.
bad last year. too.
AFC South Rookie of the Year nominations.
Carnell Tate, baby.
Rookie of the year for AFC South. Yeah, probably Carnell Tate. I think he's going to be the day one number one for the Titans.
Oh, he should be. Well, yeah.
Cedric Gray, and I put Chim DK down too.
Yeah.
But
Right here.
that's later in the season, later in the list. I was just writing them down.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say. Wait, we're voting for Skoronski right now at 10. Yeah. I'd say Skoronski.
Season 1.
He had a great season, man. He's a bright spot for that O-line for many years.
Jaden Daniels is the best QB for fantasy this year. What do you say there, Justin?
So, if you're a Washington fan, I see why you believe that.
Yeah.
I mean, I think there's the point. I'm not trying to bash, but if he can stay healthy, he could have a really good season. But
oh yeah,
well, and if they could figure out who they're passing the ball to, that'd be awesome too.
Yeah. They got Terry. Did they draft anybody?
Yeah, but you got 31-year-old Scary Terry, so he's not so scary anymore.
They got Chig.
Debo.
They did bring Chig in.
Debo's
free agent. Yeah,
that's right.
Well, if you're a Washington fan, I think someone to look out for is Katron Allen. I think that's somebody to look out for. I think he's going to sneak up by midseason as your RB1 taking over snaps. But
did anybody know that Katron Allen's nickname is Fat Man?
That's
I
hilarious.
heard that actually, yeah.
Did not know that.
Yeah, that's what they call him.
Because Fat Man's running the ball, baby.
That's hilarious.
Right, for a running back. It's not like he's even big.
No, that's like the bus. Yeah.
But I do have to disagree with Mr. Blake that JD5 is the best QB in fantasy this year. I'm gonna have to disagree with that. I think he's a good one, but
I don't think anyone outside of the Washington fan base would agree with that.
Not the best.
I
like Jaden Daniels, but as far as the best, that in quote the best QB in fantasy this year, I don't think so.
No.
But I think he will be good for your team.
Well, gentlemen,
God, Jesus Christ.
I think this is a good spot to go ahead and wrap it up. Do you guys have any closing comments?
No.
Negative?
Nah.
All right. Well, look, folks, if you're new here, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. If you're a Jaguars fan, make sure you're going over to Third and Teal and checking out Isaiah. It's him and Trevor and Eric over there talking all things Duval. If you're a Colts fan, make sure you go check out Jeff and Justin over at Unstabled. Make sure if you're a fantasy football nerd like most of us are, you're checking out Justin on Kingmaker Sports. And if you're a Titans fan, make sure you go check out Andrew and his brother Christian over on Titans Table for Two. And then if you're a Texans fan, come check me out at That Real Texas Team podcast. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. Thank you for everybody in the comment section. Be good people and fuck the Cowboys.